My name is Elia Arce. I am an artist and a cultural activator. As a New Voices Fellow, a Ford Foundation initiative, I created a new social sculpture project called the Gulf Coast Art Corridor, which is an experiment on art and social justice. These hat workshops were an unprecedented experience for 30 women of the Latino, Asian, European, and African American communities of Hattiesburg and Biloxi, Mississippi, as well as Mobile, Alabama. I met with Narda Hernandez in New Orleans, who is also a New Voices Fellow, and she introduced me to Anita Powell, who had done a hat workshop in her office because she works at the Common Ground Health Clinic there.
My name is Anita Powell, and I'm the millinery design instructor.
And I have always loved hats. All my life I just loved being crazy about hats. And so the fact that she was a hat maker and the type of hats that she was making and the colors that she was using and the feathers and all these different things were very exciting to me, because talking about culture and about this area and about identity and about self-esteem, and there were all these different issues that I felt were connected with the hats.
The different communities that I taught the class this week, they were all inspired. They felt that this was something that they wanted to do, and they were very much interested in.
I'm doing something today that I've never done before, and that's make a hat.
I think it's great because all the women get to get together and make hats. And
Just take away
talk. It's beautiful.
Do you think that this community needs more workshops like these?
Definitely. Cultural workshops, art workshops, and for all ages. I think it's really important for youth, for seniors, for adults, for 20-somethings.
We're expanding our senior outreach through the Arts Council, and this is really the kickoff for that concentrated expansion. And this is done in partnership with the city and Parks and Recreation, and we're just having a grand time. But I have a feeling that after I see some of these fancy hats being worn, and after the exhibit of the three partners that are in the Gulf Coast Arts Corridor project, I think we might be ready for, shall we say, an advanced hat making workshop.
It will teach women how to do this art, and it's just enough room in this world for all of us to make hats and not run over each other.
There's a great small business, micro business model to be learned out of these kind of things, and that we have to look at the arts as a viable way of sustaining our lifestyles and generating income for our families and everything.
It's promoting culture because there's all types of hats that we can make that would fit what our culture as well. It's not just for African American women. It's for any culture that would like to make hats, because we all can do. We all have our own creativity, so this is an open field for anyone.
So there is a history, like a cultural history, that is attached to the hats, specifically the African American community in this country. But also we are interested in seeing the different hats, different cultures also, the Latin American hats, the Vietnamese hats, and how those hats start to influence each other.
The traditional church hat most likely originates from the Victorian and the Edwardian tea hat from England. And you can see how it's very similar. And the curious thing is that the Victorian and the Edwardian era is in the 1800s, very close to the Emancipation Proclamation. So, and we still see a lot of African American communities wearing these hats for church, and it comes from that exact period of time.
I always work parallel to people in the community and community organizers, because I feel they're the ones that know what's really going on. By supporting and sustaining communication and artistic interactions between folk and conceptual artists based in the Gulf Coast, we hope to help preserve the cultural heritage in the region while influencing and strengthening emerging artistic languages.
I look forward to working with you all again.